So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is at the time that you are watching this. I hope you are having a good day/night cycle. I was digging through the games that I wanted to showcase today, and I thought it is the season for cute and sweet and endearing. So, despite this game being in a very prototype stage, I thought I would show this off. This is Panda Bubble Tea Shop. Let's run the game. I've tried it on Firefox. It worked absolutely well. I enjoyed playing it as far as the prototype allowed. So now we are running it on Chrome, and hopefully it will work well here as well. It is a Unity game, and despite the narrow screen, we can maximize it out. And look at it here. Alright, let's just check that we are... Yes, so this is our gameplay window. We are essentially this little shop. We have an employee who will serve drinks. Somebody has just come in to be served a drink. Our little dude is making the drink, and we'll cha-ching give it, and we will make some gold. And sort of on the top left here, we have the gold that we earn, and then we have like a special currency that we get to unlock special upgrades. Top right, we have our settings page. For some reason the background music is off. We can turn it on a little bit. I don't know if you can hear that. It is very MIDI music-esque, but I do like the fact that we have different sound controls for music and for sound effects. Love that. Well done, developer. Full marks there. Right, now that we have some gold, we can start looking at some upgrades. So if we click on the upgrade tab, we can only make at the moment black tea. So we are a black tea based product shop, and we can sink some money into upgrading that, which we will do in a moment. Then we have special upgrades, like we can get an employee, we can make our tea process a bit faster. You have to click and drag this window, you can't just mouse wheel it. But we don't have any of these special things yet. And then this is just an informational page sort of talking about the products that we can make and so on. I'm not quite sure what the exclamation... Interesting. Okay, I don't quite know what that exclamation mark does. Anyway, let us sink some money into this product for now. So we'll go ching ching, upgrading it. And then we've unlocked a second product, which we now have green tea. But for now, well, before I upgrade it any further, as you can see now that we've upgraded, we're getting more money per sale. But the queue's getting a bit long, so we do want to get a second employee. If we have a look at the upgrades, we do need one of these special things. So how do we get those special things? If we have a look at the exclamation mark here, it says every time we upgrade a product 10 ingredients, we get one of the special things. So let's go back to the upgrading. Let's focus on our first product and upgrade it. We're on level 5 at the moment. So we have enough money, since I've been dawdling and chatting, to get it all the way up to level 10. And so we didn't get a fan for anything like that, but we did get one of these little purple diamond things. So if we go across to special upgrades, we select a new employee. Now, we don't have our new employee yet, but there is an employee tab down here where we can say what we want the employee to do. We can either get him to be a tierist, which is not someone who cries, but in fact someone who provides the tea, or we can get him to be a leaflet distributor, but which increases our popularity by 30%. But as you can see, our popularity is doing just fine. So so let's get him making some teas, shall we? So we'll put him in there. It just says, are you sure about it, the allocations you've made? And they won't be immediately allocated. They'll wait for you know, sort of that moment between serving customers. So yeah, so there was a moment briefly there, and our second guy appeared. And now sort of people who come in will alternate between the two rows or whatever, so we won't have a long queue waiting. There doesn't seem to be any mechanisms involved for actually managing like sort of the pandas who are waiting to be served. They don't seem to get upset and leave or anything like that, but again, this is a prototype, so who knows what that will work up to. Alright, so let's upgrade a little bit further. Let's get this one up to level 10, shall we? We've sort of saved up a lot of money in so far. So we're up to level 10, and then having a look at the special upgrades, we don't have any other upgrades at the moment, so we can just upgrade this, and then we have all of the upgrades there, so we're looking good. there is a thing that then triggers to say you can't upgrade any further. So we have no more special upgrades. We can upgrade these a bit more. Let me try to get them up to 20. But yeah, so we are producing tea pretty quickly. We have those things happening quite quickly. We don't have anything else to do at this point other than just get these upgraded. And we'll let them sort of tick over a little bit while we just talk about the looks of the things. Again, this is a prototype. This is very much an experimental, not experimental, but it is a game that the developer has just brought out just to get some gameplay in it, to see how popular the idea is, those kinds of things. And I think this is very sweet. Everybody likes a little sort of shop simulator, shop manager. Pandas are very, very cute, so there's a strong sort of kawaii element built into this game. I think it's fantastic. I cannot wait to see where it is taken. Let's get this up to... just couldn't make it all the way to 20. Oh, that'll do it. And maybe we'll get green tea up to 20 as well. Because there is a point in which it decides that we can't do any more upgrades, and we'll then unlock the next phase of the game. And I just want to get that far in the gameplay demonstration, just so you can see there is a little bit more of the game than this, even though it is a prototype. And I like this image of the shop. I will say I quite like this perspective where we are looking down. I did see in some of the screenshots on the developer's page, on the itch.io page, that there is some decor and things on the side. So I'm guessing that's a later build that hasn't been released yet, where you do actually get to decorate the shop. I don't know, it's looks very bare bones at the moment, but it is satisfying, just sort of upgrading the various things. I do wish at this point that there were consequences for doing things wrong. There doesn't seem to be quite yet for anything like that just yet. The music is pretty funky. I hope it's copyright free. There we go. Okay, so we maxed out both of our products here all the way up to 20, and we move to the next stage. So this is, I suppose, kind of a demonstration of how this game is going to expand and grow bigger. Because what we do have here is we have now as kind of a dine-in shop. So that's just the takeaway shop. Now we have ones where the customers will actually sit down. The number of customers per minute will change dynamically. I'm not quite sure what it means. I think it means that while all of the seats are full, sort of no new customers will come in. I'm guessing that's what that means. Milk and its related products are unlocked. Bubble and its related products are unlocked. Orange and its related products are unlocked. So we've got a bunch of products there that we can do it. And now if we click on this, we need 20 upgrades of a particular product to upgrade our number of people, or, our special upgrades. So we've got a whole bunch of new special upgrades. We've got employee fruit processing time, increasing popularity, increasing tips, reduce the customers' dining time, so our customers sort of dine a little bit better. And then we have a whole bunch of new upgrades. We actually don't have the ability to touch on the previous upgrades anymore. So the previous shop doesn't really affect us anymore, other than the fact that it is slowly churning money in, but we can't upgrade it or anything like that. All of these upgrades are just for the new shop. It would be nice to be able to still see the upgrades in the list of the old shop, but I suppose it's not important. Okay, we are unlocking a bunch of products, I suppose, because we're slowly increasing money. And there's a little bit of decor actually here in this shop, there and there, but they're sitting down and they're enjoying themselves. So yeah, we can start upgrading stuff. But we don't have enough gold. Oh, and the other new element that has been added is if we click here, we can focus, I guess, on advertising a particular product that's in our list if we wanted to focus on a particular one that we're sort of upgrading. But again, in the current state of the game, I didn't really see that as necessary, so you don't have to worry about it too much in this phase. But if you are playing this game a little bit after I've made this video, this might be a lot more relevant for us to be. There's quite a queue of people here, so what we actually do need to do is get to the point where we can hire another employee. But that is it. That is all the gameplay I am showing you. So if you are just here for the gameplay, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like if you liked the video, or dislike if you disliked it. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see me present more games to you that you might want to enjoy playing. I hope that I hope that you're enjoying the videos, which I suppose brings us to the comments. So if there's something you don't like, or if there's something you do like, leave a comment and tell me. I would love to get some feedback on what I'm doing right or not doing right, just so I can make the channel better and you guys enjoy it a bit more. So yeah, lay those comments on me. I would appreciate it. Anyway, so if you're leaving, if that's just the gameplay, thank you for watching. See you in the next video. If, however, you are here for the critiques, well, it is always difficult to critique a sort of a game in a prototype stage. It's hard to know what the developer's actually planning, what elements that I need to mention to say, hey, do this, as opposed to sort of elements that I don't need to mention because they're coming in a later version of the game. So if I do say something that is obviously going to be in there included, apologies for that. And also remember that I'm also talking to developers who are not the dev of this game, but any other developers, indie developers who might be watching, who might not have thought of that element. So yeah, UI needs a lot more theming, but otherwise it's very clean and efficient. Let's just escape out of here for a moment. There's a bit of info on the itch.io page here, which isn't particularly useful. I mean, it is kind of a slight tutorial element, so it would be nice if this info was contained in the game in a kind of a tutorial component. I think that's quite an important addition to add to simple fun games like that. Something that just teaches you how to play right at the beginning. I mean, there are certain tutorial elements, but something a bit more concrete. And the reason for that is, as I've said in other videos, the first few minutes of the player coming to play the game are the most important minutes, because once the player starts playing, they're very quickly forming an opinion of the game. And once that opinion is formed, it is very difficult to change it. So if a player comes in, has an unpleasant time in the first kind of minute, but then the rest of the game is fantastic, it won't be as fantastic to that player, because he will have set his opinion, and it's much, much harder to change a set opinion. Whereas if the player comes in, has a fantastic first couple of minutes, and then the rest of the game is fairly boring for them, it doesn't matter, because they will have a very positive mindset of the game. They will enjoy the quote-unquote boring elements a lot more, and they will be more likely to tell their friends and things that, hey, this is a fantastic game, come and play it. So yeah, the earlier in the player's experience of the game it is, the more ability you have to influence how much they're enjoying the game and how their opinion of the game is built. So a good fun tutorial is a really good way to do that kind of thing. So indie devs really focus on those first few minutes, focus on really taking the player by the hand and going, here is your game experience, really enjoy this. But it's also important to go that do not push the tutorial into their face every time they play. Rather give it like a separate button or something like that, so that they can skip the tutorial if they come back for a second time and they know how to play, or they're the player that likes to figure it out as they go along and want to skip the tutorial, those kinds of things like that. But yeah, have a particularly enjoyable first few minutes of the game, and a good tutorial is a powerful way to do that. Yeah, I also don't like it when a game kind of drops you into the action straight away. So from the moment you've clicked run game, it's like boom, you're playing. I do much prefer a kind of a lobby menu of some sort that this is remembered where we are. Okay. I mean, it has, but it's also taken all our money away, so I mean, I suppose it doesn't matter. Did it take our upgrades away? I think maybe it didn't remember very, very well how to save our gameplay. Might be something a bit buggy that needs to be looked at. But again, prototype, don't forget this is a prototype. It is still fun, it is still enjoyable. Come and give it some love, come and give it some playing, and yeah, consider consider, when there's inevitably a Steam wish list or whatever, consider wish listing it, because it's nice to have these games shown some encouragement on Steam. Sounds are fine. It would be nice if there was kind of background sounds, the clatter of the bubble tea shop and people chatting and things like that. But yeah, the music is fine. The sort of the chings of people buying stuff, that's all fantastic. Yeah, it's missing that middle kind of background noise layer. So if I would consider that as an upgrade, well, not an upgrade, but an improvement to be made to the game. Is that kind of thing, especially if the music starts off silenced. Art, the game is very, very cute. Obviously, there's not a lot of decor, but if we look at the screenshots, in fact, I think if we go to the view all page, there you can see in the screenshot there's like plants down the side and extra tables and things to sit at. So there's obviously plans in play to make the game more sort of customizable and things like that. At least I hope so, because I would like to see that sort of thing. Stunning. Then we are talking about, that was about the art. The gameplay is pretty solid. People come in, it's an incremental game, people come in, they buy stuff, they leave, and you get to buy upgrades as money comes in. There isn't much kind of gameplay challenge yet, like you don't have to optimize your upgrades or anything. People don't get upset. There's no sort of visible shop reputation value or anything like that. I'm guessing that the developer's planning on adding that once this progresses a little bit further from its prototype stage. So yeah, I can't comment too much on the gameplay because I don't know what the dev plays, but as it's presented at the moment, I can see a lot of potential there. And the basic gameplay is fun. You're watching pandas come in and buy bubble tea. I mean, there's not a lot to say about that paints it in a negative way. I think that is a very, very positive basic gameplay concept for a cute and cozy game. Immersion, again, prototype level, but I would like to see a lot more focus on the immersion. Tell us who we are, why are we running the shop for pandas? Is there a time limit of some sort that we need to work towards? Even if it's not a sort of time limit in the game, but are we struggling to build something that the mother has said she would be very impressed if we built this thing? Something along those lines, something to humanize, empathize the player's character a bit more, so that the player actually cares about their character, cares about the bubble tea shop. Some kind of storyline behind it, especially, and ideally a sort of a cute, cozy, wholesome one, because this is a very good, cute, cozy, wholesome game made by Casual Bamboo Games. So yeah, ironically there doesn't seem to be a bamboo bubble tea, which I think there should be. And that's it from me. I mean, I just wanted to show this game off. I thought it was a good one. I thought it was a cute one to come and play. So come and play it. Link is in the description. And that's it. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Don't forget to comment. Bye.